It's starting, guys. Here we are. In 5, 4, 3, 2, oh, 1. Here we go. We're there. Lesson 2 of Module 3. Good. All right, a rectangular porch is 4 feet wide, 3 times as long as it is wide. There's the clue. Label the diagram with the dimensions of the porch. Okay, a rectangular porch is wide, and it's 3 times as long as it is wide. So one of them is times 3. One of them's smaller, one of them's bigger. Let's figure out which one it is. Okay, is it the 4 feet on top and then 3 times as long? It doesn't look like it would be 4 feet up here and then 3 times as long. This can't be the length. That'd be 12, right? 4 times 3? 4 times 3? I don't think that's going to be right, so let's not do it that way.
I forgot to label the 4 feet.
We're not talking, well, we're just talking about what it's not right now. I don't think this is going to be, that doesn't look like the correct drawing. You wouldn't say there's 12 by 4, so that's not right.
Aww.
You did it that way?
Yeah.
Listen to me when I say this is not right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Label the diagram with the dimensions of the porch. So 3 times, there's 3. 1, 2, 3 times as long as it is wide. So if it's 4 feet, it's 3 feet. Oh, sorry. 4 times as long. So that's 4. Yeah, don't do that. Another 4 feet. And another 4 feet. Okay. Label the diagram with the dimensions of the porch. So it's 4 feet by, what would we call the overall length then? 4 times 3?
12.
12. 12 feet.
12 feet.
It's kind of like an array, right? How many people get that? The wording is a little tough. 4 feet wide, and it's 3 times as long as it is wide. As it is wide. So it's 3 times as long as the 4 feet. And that equals the 12 feet.
These are good problems.
Not bad. But just kind of label the stuff. Write this down. Vivian, you got it written down? Yeah? Do you have the full 12 on there? Makes sense? Okay.
That's good.
Now the next, as long as we know the length and the width, we should be able to find the perimeter by adding up all 4 sides. Or if you are good at multiplication, you know the perimeter is equal to, the perimeter would be equal to 2 times this 4 plus 12. So 4 plus 12, 16. If you double 16, you get what for a perimeter?
32.
32. Thank you. 32, and it's going to be feet. Is that square feet or just feet?
Feet.
Just feet? Just feet.
Not area.
Yeah, it's just the distance around. So it's just from here, up, over, and down. So the perimeter is 32 feet. Find the perimeter. All right. So perimeter equals 2 times 4 plus 12. That is 16. Okay, you can write it right underneath. Okay, so the perimeter is equal to 2 times 16, which equals 32 feet. And you've got the formula figured out. Now, if you're stuck, you could just do 12 plus 12 plus the 4 plus the 4. And you're going to get the same answer if you're not sure of the formula, you just want to do the straight addition. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And you're going to get 32 feet that way. Comfort level with that one? How many people would say this is a little bit more comfortable to do, this one? Okay. If it is, if you understand it, I would stick with it. And if you're comfortable with the formula and you like doing formulas because it kind of seems like advanced math, you're like, ooh, doesn't it feel like you're doing science and math? Oh, as long as perimeter makes sense to you. We're going on number 2. A narrow rectangular banner. We're going to probably end up drawing this banner. It is 5 inches wide by 6 times as long as that. So it's 5 inches wide, but then it's 6 times even longer than it is wide. Or 6 times, not 6 inches, but 6 times as long as that 5 inches. All right, so we're going to draw the banner.
Bless you.
Just like the one up top, we've got a 5 on the side. And then we've got to have 6 times as long. So it's got to have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So I'm going to kind of think it's cut with 4 lines gives me a banner that's longer by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I only have 5 here, don't I? I gotta have 6 times long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to go back and double check. If I've only got 5, what do I do at this point?
You gotta add another.
Can I just draw the next section on? There. Now I'm going to double check. Is it 6 times as long as this 5 inches? I'll put inches there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. I've got 6 times as long by 5, right? So that's a 5-inch one. That's another 5 inches. Another 5 inches. Another 5 inches. 5 inches. And another 5 inches. I'll put that down. Now I can figure out what the total is down here. For the total length, are they asking me for the total? Find the perimeter. Well, I've got to find the total length because I mean, it's a little hard with all these 5s up here, right? So I'm going to put the total. Can you count by 5s, or you like to multiply 5 times 6? Which way do you want to do it? How many people are just going to count by 5s? Yeah, a few people want to. How many people want to multiply 5 times 6 because they know the answer? Cool. Vicky, what's the answer to 5 times 6?
I do. 30.
30. Nice job, 30 inches. Now I've got an easy way to find perimeter. For the kids who would add 5 plus 30 plus 5 plus 30, they would add those 4 numbers together.
Why does it say find the perimeter in the area of the banner?
Well, we're going to try to find the perimeter first. Is that okay? We'll do one at a time. Perimeter is probably the easy one because it's obvious. Just got 4 sides, right? So if you do the perimeter equals 2 times 30 plus 5, or 5 plus 30, whichever way you want. Okay? So perimeter is going to be equal to 2 times 35. If you double 35, I know if you double 30, you get to 60. So if you double 35, you would get to what? Does anybody know? Yep. 70? Yep. You can kind of visualize it underneath here. Doubling 30 plus the 5s will give you 10 more. So yep, so you get to 70. So the perimeter is equal to 70 inches total. Nice? Good. Now the area is, remember the formula for area equals just the length times the width. So now we just have the 2 numbers, the width and the length. The width is 5, we'd say, and the length is 30. Okay, and that's the area. I like it because it's got a 0 in it. You guys know I love multiplying numbers with zeros because they end up in the answer.
Right.
The 0 always ends up in the answer. He gets a free ride. So all I have to worry about is the 3 times the 5. What's 3 times 5, Attila?
15.
You're going to say it?
Oh.
You've got your mouth looking like it's going to say what? 15. Good. Yeah, 15.
You were asking all about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was kind of. That's all right. You're good. So 30 times 5 is 15 because 3 times 5 is 15. So 30 times 5 is 150. Do you guys like zeros in multiplication like I do? I do. I'm starting to really like that. I know. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, good. Now, what am I missing over here, guys? I got to put something in, right?
Inches.
You got to write inches, right?
Square inches.
And I got to put inches with a SQ so people know it's square inches or inches squared. 150 inches squared is the area of the banner. Pretty cool? How many people find this very easy? How many people are really, it's really easy, thumbs up if you find it really easy, you're like really good. How many people are kind of like sideways, you're pretty cool with it? If I let you go right now, you'd be all right? And anybody just a little iffy? Okay, all right, thanks. A little bit of shaking thumbs there. All right, well, let's try number 3. Area of a rectangle here. They're the same, guys, these are kind of always the same, isn't it? It's like nice, you're just talking about a rectangle, so we know the length and the width are going to be different. They're not squares. The area they're going to give us is 42. So if you look on your desktop at the multiplication chart, do you see a number 42 on your desk, on your multiplication chart? Yeah? Are there many 42s on there, or is it just listed once?
I see two of them.
There's two of them? Okay, so look to the side. What two numbers, when you do a little battleship game with those, which two numbers make that 42? I've got which ones? So 42, what times what would be 42? I'm just curious to start off with, if you can find some answers. Yes, Jackson. 7 what? 7 and 6. Is there anything else that makes 42 on there?
6 and 7. Yes.
6 and 7, right? Yeah, that's it, right? 42 is, there are only two numbers that make 42. So the area can only be, the length and the width can only be 7 and 6. Now, we also could have one that says 1 times 42. We could have a, length and width would make 42 this way. So let's make sure we'll rule this one out or rule this one out. Let's see with that one. Okay, the area of a rectangle.
I know which one to rule out.
Okay. So 42. So the area of a rectangle is 42 square centimeters. Its length is 7. Ah, looks like we're going to have a 7, right? Its length is 7. I'm going to put 7 on top. I'm going to put 7 on the bottom. Okay, what is the width? We already kind of know, don't we? It's got to be, the width has to be the other number, which has got to be 6. It's the only numbers that will make 7 times 6 equals 42. Yeah, so 42 square centimeters. These are all centimeters here. See Mom? So I guess if I had to write this down, I would write the width equals, I want to make sure I answer this question up here, 6 centimeters. If you guys are kind, you could always circle your answer. If you get a problem where you think your teacher can't find the answer, you can go ahead and circle. It always points out where you want the person's eyes to go to. So we've answered this one. Charlie wants to draw a second rectangle that's the same length. Okay, it's the same length, and we said the length is 7. Okay, he wants to do 7, but there's something he wants to change. He wants to draw a second rectangle that's the same length, but 3 times as wide as that 7. All right, 3 times as wide as 7. So let's turn it on its side, because we're going to put the 7, it was on top up here, and I'm going to tip it over and put the 7 on its side. And then I want to draw one more 7, and another 7, and another 7 out here. So I got 7 7s and 7s. Okay, 7 centimeters, I guess is what he's got. Oh, you did it on letter B here?
No, I did it on this
Draw and label Charlie's second rectangle. Draw and label. Okay, so what is the perimeter?
I did it on page 9.
That can't be the same question, right? We're working on it right now?
It says something about Betsy.
Betsy, yeah. That's not...
In 20 square feet and 5 feet.
So this is a 7 centimeters by 7 times 3 is 20... So there's 3?
21.
21? 21, oops, yep, centimeters. Okay, what's the perimeter? Oh, okay, so 7. That's a lot of 7s. You could add 7 to itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could be the same as 7 times 8.
56.
Okay, so the perimeter could be equal to 7 times 8, because you got 8 7s all the way around. The perimeter also could be equal to 2 times 7 plus 21, and 7 plus 21 would be 28, and 2 times 28, that's another way to do it. 28 plus 28 is,
36.
well, 28 plus 28, right? Can I think of it as a doubling of 28, am I right? 56. So this is 56, and this is also 56? Is it always going to be 56? Yes. And some kids want to do it this way. 21, that one right there, 21 on top, another 21, plus the 2 7s on the side. Some people like to do it this way and see if they get the same answer. Did you also get 56? You probably did, right? 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Well, they all come to 56. So any way you want to figure it, you've got 56, 56, or 56 centimeters is the answer. That's the perimeter. Equals 56 centimeters. Centimeters? Centimeters? So you guys, how many people were ahead of me on that one? Did you get it done before I did? You beat me on that?
No.
How many people are still writing it down now?
I got the same speed as you.
Are you writing down the perimeter?
Pretty much finished.
Yeah. The letter C? Yeah. You got 56, do you? Yeah, 56. Just put width or perimeter equals. Put a P. That way you know it's not the area. You're not going to confuse anybody. Are you guys on to Betsy, number 4?
Yeah. No, it's like Betsy.
Betsy Ross? Yeah, kind of.
That's what made the American flag.
She did. Good sewer. The area of Betsy's rectangular sandbox is 20 square feet. The longer side is 5. Now, the clue is that there's a smaller side, so it's going to be smaller than 5. How many people have the numbers pop in your head already because you know multiplication?
Bless you.
Yeah, the people who know their multiplication tables kind of see all of a sudden, oh, I know what makes 20 for an area. It has to be these two numbers, okay? So, yeah, kind of an aha moment. Draw, I'm going to draw and label this thing. So I'm going to draw this box with a 20 square feet as the area. That always is in the middle. Now, one side, the longer side measures 5. So this one looks longer up here. I'm going to say this is 5. Oh, 5 feet there. I know this is 5 feet. Okay. Now, you got to have a number that multiplies because the area has to be equal to 5 times something. And I know that's 20 that equals that 5 times something. And I know that something has to be the shorter number. So I know it's less than 5. And the answer is, Kate? 4. So 20 equals 5 times 4. That means that has to be 4 feet. 4 feet. Draw and label a diagram of the sandbox at the park. Okay, so now we got to go to the park. Now this is Betsy's. Now I'm going to the park. The longer side. So the sandbox at the park is twice as long and twice as wide as Betsy's. You got to double all the sides and double the length. Twice means double, right? Twice times 2. Okay, so we can draw this thing that's double size. I don't have to draw it double size, do I?
No.
No, I'm gonna draw it the same. I'm just gonna put the bigger dimensions. So if we double the 5 and we double the 4, how many people could double those?
Easy.
Go ahead, tell me, Angeline, what would they be doubled?
As 9?
Oh, you want to double which one? You want to double the 5? What happens when you double 5?
You get 10.
Yep. You got 10 on the top. And what happens when you double the 4?
Ooh, you get 8.
Oh, dang.
Cool. So what's now? We got a brand new perimeter. I love 10 and 10. 10 and 10 and 8 and 8. I can almost do, that's almost a mental math question. Is it for mental math for you, Chloe? A little bit mental math? So 10 and 10 is, Chloe, 10 and 10 is 20. 8 and 8 is,
16.
now I got to keep those numbers in my head, 20 and 16. Or I can just write them down,
Or you can do that.
and then I can see them. So the perimeter is adding up all the sides, or some people know that it's the perimeter equals 2 times 18 because it's 8 plus 10. So 2 times 18. Some people add up all the sides. Some people like added the 10 and the 10 and the 8 and the 8 and got 20 over 16. Or you can just do 10 plus 10 plus 8 plus 8. You can make your life easier.
30.
It's 36. Yeah, the perimeter equals 36 feet. I guess it's feet. That's a big one, huh? That's a nice size sandbox.
Oh, dang it, I wrote.
What it depends on your feet. If your feet are like tiny, it'll be like.
How many people?
I think there's a standard foot we're going to use, not just tiny people's feet.
That's Yes, exactly. So
Yeah, everywhere we go, we gotta find out whose feet were used.
it's best.
Okay,
it
we're
has
gonna
to
go with a
be-
12-inch
okay,
foot.
It has to be like Betty's feet.
Oh, we're talking Betty's feet. Wherever we go, we have to measure the
feet are
person's
like-
there.
She's measuring hers in the sandbox.
Let's say we got. Let's assume we have a standard 12-inch foot. Okay, good. What's next? Is it the exit ticket? Is it homework next?
No,
Okay.
so
So
can we stop that part?
Whoa, we got more Betsy problem.
Yeah. Another Betsy problem?
Um,
One more.
Okay, so there's a relationship between the number on the left-hand side and the number on the right. We found out that what did we do to the left one to get to the right one?
We just doubled them?
Yeah, it's double.
Column, not
Yep.
the-
Oh, and did you say double? What'd you say? Times 2? You're waving me off. Get away. Okay. Yeah. The one. Should I call it the bigger one? How about the bigger one?
The bigger one is.
You want to say double or twice? Which one do you like? Double?
It's twice as
Is twice as big?
double the
You already wrote the bigger one is twice as big.
I really mean is.
Is
Is. I'm going to take that is out. How's that? The bigger one is twice as big as the smaller one. Do I need to write that in there, or does it stand to reason it's twice as big as the other one? Could we leave it like that?
Yeah.
Find the area of the park sandbox using the, oh my gosh, the area? That's a 10 by 8 though. That's not bad, is it? 10 by 8? Mackenzie, what's 10 by 8? 10 by 8? So the area of that one is a, it's a 10 foot by 8 foot, right? Is that an easy multiplication?
Yeah.
What is that?
80.
80.
Square
Did you make Ruben?
feet.
Ruben, you're talking for Mackenzie. Okay.
He keeps talking for everybody.
80 feet squared or square feet. I don't really care which way you put it.
Square.
The sandbox of the park is an area that is how many times that of Betsy's sandbox? Oh, I don't know. What's Betsy's area of Betsy's sandbox? She got a small one? It's a 5 by
It's about 5 by
4. Okay, her area is a 5 by 4. So her area is equal to 20?
She probably has one of them little turtle sandboxes. I have a turtle sandbox. I used to have a turtle sandbox. I
Okay.
still have one. I loved that turtle
No, it's,
sandbox.
okay. Thank you for this. I'm comparing these numbers to the sandbox of the park has a different,
I know that answer. I know
what would you say?
160. Huh? I agree with Kate.
All right, so if we draw the sandbox, the big one at the park, how many of hers can fit in there?
2. 1.5.
Would 20 and 20 make 80? Like if I put 20 and 20?
80. Oh, you could fit 4 in
Whoa, yeah.
4.
Oh, so you could actually fit
That.
a 20, a 20, a 20, and a 20. Wow. So it's not just double the area. It's what?
Quadruple.
Quadruple. 4 times the area. That's wild, isn't it? Do.
No, he's not.
Does it fit right there?
We
Okay.
have another picture.
It says here the sandbox of the park has an area that is how many times that is Betsy's sandbox? I'm going to say the park is 4 times as big. I thought it was double. But when you start drawing them in there, you're like, wait a minute. Just 2 of them would only make 40 square feet. It's 4 of them to get to 80. So if you double the perimeter, you quadruple the area.
Mr. Leonard,
Yeah.
you said the park is 4 times as big. It's not the park.
The parks.
Park.
The parks. Yes, it should be ownership. The park is owns the sandbox. So you're right. I kind of doubled my parks. the park's sandbox or the park's is, if we're talking about the sandbox, right? We could say park sandbox. That was good call, Colin, thank you. Compare the way the perimeters change. Oh, I just said this out loud. Compare the way the perimeter changes the way the relationship between the two sandboxes. If you double the perimeter, you quadruple the area. Wow, I'm going to write that down. That's cool. If you, meaning you and everybody else, double. That's a cool word, isn't it? The area you...
If you double the perimeter.
Oh, I doubled the perimeter. Sorry. Yep. I don't want to double the area. If you double the perimeter... Yeah. The park is the one that owns the parks. The park's what? The park's sandbox, right. The park sandbox is, when we do that, the park sandbox, you can write that down.
I'm just looking at like what a park.
I thought we knew we were talking about sandboxes. Okay.
It's just
Yeah.
like if somebody like doesn't know and
Yeah, that would be really, yeah, that, you would not know what we were talking about. But we've been talking about sandboxes, so if the parks is 4 times as big. The park sandbox. If you double the perimeter, you quadruple? I'm going to go with O-U-P-L-E?
I can't. I don't know.
I'm going to say I'm not sure about that.
Get a dictionary. That looks
Get a dictionary. It looks kind of cool. I may be wrong, but I'm going to go with that spelling. I'm going to put spelling over here with a question mark. I'm not sure about quadruple. Quadruple the area. How's that? Cool? Now those are just, so if I double 2 times the area would equal 4 times the perimeter. There's a formula. Oh, I keep putting the wrong one in there. Yeah. Colin, I'm so glad you're paying attention. If I double the perimeter, then I would quadruple the area. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Do we have to do that?
No, but it's interesting that we can come up with our own formula.
I did it.
Yeah, double the perimeter, same thing as 4 times the area. That might be something good to know in the future. If you ever see an area, if you see a perimeter doubled and you want to know what they gave you the area. If you double, they only give you the area and they said double the perimeter and we don't know what the perimeter is, we just multiply the area times 4, we're going to have the right answer.
Like, look, there's an area. There goes the perimeter.